Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 40 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to start with Ethereum Classic, followed by Render, File, Tau, Fetch, ARP, Stacks, Kaspa, and then we'll end it with ALGO at number 40. Let's get straight into it. Ethereum Classic against BTC. Here we are for Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic, just a gentle reminder, has a potential squeeze coming on. Right, this whole thing could be a gigantic A, up B, down C, D, E, blast off. But again, fundamental wise, I am not too sure about the Ethereum Classic. So I'm like, But technical wise, yeah, it has potential though. No guarantees, of course, but it has potential. So if this were to be a wave C, right? We're still under the skinny pink line though. Right, until we clearly, truly break above the skinny pink line convincingly and stay above it, we're still in a bearish trend. There is still that possibility that Ethereum Classic could hit a little lower. Right, if you look at it on the weekly, we might be closing with a shooting star. And shooting stars are bearish reversal chart patterns. Rarely, we could still come back down. Again, no guarantees, but as it stands, there is potential, but we'll take things one step at a time for Ethereum Classic BTC against USD. Ethereum Classic has broken back up above the skinny pink line, and we have a target fresh out of the oven at $90. Right now we're at $36. So our assumption is it's not textbook perfect, but this is a potential breakout of an A, B, C, D, E. It's a very low E. So we were actually anticipating Ethereum Classic to hit lower, but it didn't. It was a strong rally back up. So, okay, that's great, good, we accept that. So we're gonna assume that it's okay. It's not so obvious, but something like an accumulation over here, right? Just assume that this is the accumulation, right? And then we are breaking out, and potentially $90. The assumption is we will be taking out the clusters of buys here, everything here as we head towards $90, because $100 is a round number, it's a psychological number. So more likely than not, we should be clearing all of these classes of buys. We'll probably overshoot $90, but we'll have $90 as the target. Should we, we're not in a trade, should we jump into a trade for Ethereum Classic towards $90? But the potential is there. We kind of like what we see. Ethereum Classic BTC could also be priming to make a move above the skinny pink line. Still, we need to see consolidation. There has to be a consolidation. Moreover, we are still within the accumulation, right? We're still forming lower highs. It's like we're almost breaking, not yet, but almost. So hopefully, we stay above the skinny pink line. We consolidate over here. Bam! We hit higher, right? So should a retrace appear, we'll be very interested for a long. So if you were to ask me, right, roughly, where do I think we could go to? Sub $30. So if things appear like we expect it to, as in we see a proper, retrace, right, we'll be very, very interested for a long. It needs to retrace, right? If it just keeps going up, then yeah, that's just too bad. It's just too bad if there's no retrace. Because eventually, I still think that there will be a retrace. We might clear this or this first, or even this, right? And then we have a retrace. Possibly. But as it stands, yeah, no, right? If we don't take it out, right? If we don't take any of these classes of buys out, and we still, remain with this as a top, potentially we could be heading towards, sub 30. And sub 30 is where we anticipate a position, right? So as long as we're above the skinny pink line, we should be staying with our bullish bias for Ethereum Classic. Good potential, huh? Render against BTC. Here we are for Render. Okay, so for Render, we are still in a bearish trend. We were anticipating a bearish continuation here, right? But nope, we came back higher. We took out the highs over here, so we will consider these targets to be invalidated, right? But technically, we are still under the skinny pink line, which means that the trend is still bearish for Render against Bitcoin. So we will remain with a bearish bias and anticipate the continuation possibility towards the downside. So we will revisit targets towards the downside or towards the upside should any clearer chart pattern appear for Render. Until we go above the skinny pink line, we remain with our bearish bias for Render BTC. Against USD, we are above the skinny pink line, yes. But will we stay above it? Not too sure. Let's just remove everything. Any clear tradable chart patterns? No. Yeah, even on the way up, right, there was just no clear tradable chart pattern. So yeah, render is a next for us. Filecoin against BTC. Here we have a Filecoin. Filecoin is also under the skinny pink line, still under the skinny pink line, which means that the bearish trend is still on for Filecoin against BTC. Until we break above it, we will remain with a bearish bias, right? I get a tingling that there is a possibility things might start turning bullish eventually, but the timing, right, is we don't know yet. We need to see it in the charts first. There needs to be an obvious accumulation. Either we go sideways before break, or we convincingly break it. We go in at the retrace pump. We go higher, staying above the skinny pink line. That's the master plan. So as it stands, yeah, nothing much for FAL BTC. Against USD, Filecoin is above the skinny pink line, which is great. There are major targets towards the upside. Again, noisy area over here. So around 22, around where $8, $22. There's a potential target over here. Again, very noisy area over here. So probably at around 50, 22, probably go to 25, but again 22, 50, and again there's another noisy area over here, so potentially 100 and above 130, right? So from here 130, the full potential is about roughly 1000%, 1500%. This is bananas. So Filecoin has huge potential, but again we still need to wait for the chart pattern to present itself, right? Usually before a bearish trend ends, we go sideways for a while before heading higher. We would prefer it if it was actually a lower high and a series of higher lows as well, right? It's a series of higher lows, but it's not a series of lower highs, because this was a higher high. Because if you were to go back in history, right, if you go back into history, you will see that we actually were anticipating Filecoin to do well, but it did not, right? Because Filecoin previously had a very high quality ABCDE, right? ABCDE. This is almost textbook perfect, almost textbook perfect. And we are above the skinny pink line, right? Break above the skinny pink line, retrace, bam, we should have blasted off, right? Going bananas again here, and possibly here and here as well. Pump, right? We should have done things like this. But yeah, the whales had other plans. They had other plans, and so eventually what happened? Yeah, we came back down. So you see, sometimes you get near textbook perfect chart pattern, but not everything goes according to plan, because this is life and this is trading. Nothing ever goes according to plan all the time. So yeah, anyway, this is up. Again, there's no bullish reversal chart pattern, right? We're above the skinny pink line. And now what we are anticipating is a retrace. We need to retrace before seeing a continuation, right? Probably a wave 3, and then wave 4, and then wave 5. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Hopefully, because this is a wave 1, we're anticipating wave 1 to be under here, right? Under this high. So if we get a wave 2 over here, I think wave 3 is going to be fantastic. Fantastico. Probably towards $50. And then probably there'll be a wave 4. And then potentially up towards, yeah, about 100. Above 130. Could be 140, 150. But it's above 130. More likely than not, okay? No guarantees. But yeah, this will print out a very nice 5 wave towards the upside. Like how when we came down, there was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice 5 waves down. You see that? When we rose, yeah, 1, 2. Okay, I'm not so sure. It's not so obvious though. Yeah, but you know, we are expecting a huge impulsive wave of Filecoin USD, right? If things go according to plan, if there is a very clear consolidation here above the skinny pink line, and it's gonna take several months, weeks even. So we'll see how it goes. But usually when a bearish trend ends, you will see huge volume, right? You'll see huge volume coming in, right? Huge volume, right? Huge volume. What happened? Zip down. Huge volume, palm, zip down. Again, huge volume coming in. Good. We want to see a consolidation. We want to see a retrace first. So that's the master plan for Filecoin. Again, not everything is going to go according to plan. So we will just keep an eye out for the price action for Filecoin. BitTensor, Tau against USD. We'll look at it on Gate. So for BitTensor, we are again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5. Is this it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Again, BitTensor has huge potential to form, probably an ascending. Maybe you come back down for a C, D, E. Oh, this will be fantastic. Pump, we hit higher. We're going to assume this is a 1, down 2, up 3, up, down 4, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulsive waves towards the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Accumulation waves. Bam! We break out again. And then hopefully we can count the waves as well. 4, 5. So that's BitTensor. Nothing much. Fetch against BTC. Here we are for fetch. Under the skinny pink line. So we're going to assume bearish bias, but it's just nothing obvious for fetch BTC. Against USD. Okay, so fetch. Previously, there was a mountain range, and we were hovering around the skinny pink line. And so that's why we were anticipating bearishness towards the downside. But eventually, fetch went higher. And we were saying that once we take out these highs, we will consider these targets to be invalidated, right? We will revisit fetch if and when the bear season comes. But as it stands, there is a possibility for us to go even higher, right? We are already at the noisy area. We're probably going to go a little bit higher though. Probably around 214, maybe 214, 215. Above 210 is probably going to be above 210. So right now we are just waiting to go back up above 2. So yeah, that's a fetch for you. Right, again, no guarantees because at the same time, this is also a rising wedge, rising channel. So if the preceding trend is bearish, potentially, no, more likely than not, the subsequent trend will be bearish as well. So good example is if you flip it right, a falling channel is a rising channel. Rising channels are usually bearish continuation. Falling channels are usually bullish continuation. Preceding trend is bullish, subsequent trend bullish, right? Another good example will be here, right? Look at this falling channel. This is a falling channel, right? Preceding trend bullish, subsequent trend bullish, right? Yeah, preceding trend bullish, subsequent trend bullish as well. See that? You see that? You can count the waves as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. This in itself is also a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wave 5 is very long. Wave 3 is never the shortest, but often the longest. So yeah, but anyway, it is what it is. So here we are for fetch. We'll see what happens next. But as it stands, yeah, here we are. This is where we stand. Where are we? Arbitrum. ARP BTC. Here we are for ARP. Arbitrum is. This is just the first rally. More likely than not, we'll see a serious retrace. Right, I mean, of course, we wouldn't, know exactly what's gonna happen fully, but yeah, we're probably gonna meet the skinny pink line. And after that, probably coming back down before a truly break towards the upside. Right, but as it stands, yeah, it's very weak against BTC. It's only recently that it's bouncing up against USD. Yes, it did a super rally towards the upside, but are we gonna stay above the skinny pink line? I don't know. Again, noisy area over here. We're stopping here. There's another noisy area here, right along the way. Now, mini noisy areas. So as it stands, from a trading standpoint, yeah, it's just a no-go for us. That's Arbitrum for you. Stacks. Okay, STX against BTC. There's a beautiful potential, right? Beautiful squeeze coming on for Stacks BTC. Potential. Okay, let's say for example, this is discounted, right? This in itself is a potential squeeze as well, right? There's also the likelihood of us coming back down to clear these lows first before properly reversing back up, right? We are actually under the skinny pink line, which means that the trend is bearish. Until we convincingly break above it, we'll still remain with a bearish bias for Stacks BTC. But we are aware of the potential. This might take several more years. If we take out these lows, right, it'll take several more years. Probably 2026, I would say, before the break. So that's Stacks BTC against USD. Stacks is, yes, it's rallying because BTC is rallying. We're above the skinny pink line. We're forcing ourselves above the skinny pink line. Anything for us to work with? Nope. Caspar. Okay, so Caspar, we were anticipating Caspar to form a right shoulder, right? A left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head lower. So technically, Caspar is still valid in terms of its downside target, right? 6 cents and 4 cents, 5.8 to be precise. The top is over here. So once we take out the top, that's it. We'll consider these two targets to be invalidated, right? We will revisit the downside targets if and when things start changing, right? This in itself could be a very huge left shoulder and a head in the making, you see. And then Caspar hits lower. Possibly. So yeah, as it stands, it's just, just how it is. ALGO round, ALGO against BTC. Here we are for ALGO. ALGO is clearly above the skinny pink line. Great. ALGO has been in a downwards channel trend. There were several times when we broke above the skinny pink line, but we couldn't sustain the move, and so eventually we came back lower. So now we're going above the skinny pink line. Will this be a sustainable move as we head higher? Okay, let's just remove everything, right? So just like that, from the naked eye, you will see that noise here, very, very noisy over here as well. So potentially ALGO run heading here. Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, there's some noise here as well. So potentially 1,000, and then potentially 3,000, right? 1,000 and 3,000. But this is going to be great though, right? 500% against BTC will probably translate to close to 1,000% against USD. So yeah, we're above the skinny pink line, which is great. But we want to see consolidation first, right? We want to be able to catch a wave 2 going up for a 3, 4, 5. That would be the best case scenario. So that's ALGO BTC for you. Has potential though, but we have to be patient. ALGO against USD is going bananas. Again, same thing. We need to wait for a proper consolidation first before heading higher. So this potentially could be a wave 1, down 2. It could be a huge 3 coming on, right? At the same time, I still suspect that this is also possibly just a wave 1. We get a 2, we get a 3, 4, and a 5. Possibly. So in any case, we still have to wait for a consolidation, right? So if we were to drop, where do I think we could drop to? Sub 40 cents. This is where I would plan an entry at around sub 40 cents. Yeah, sub 40 cents. Where exactly? Wait, hang on. Let me see. Okay, if you zoom into the smaller time frames, right, you see that there's a symmetrical triangle over here. So it's a bit of a noisy area. We might drop to 30 cents though. But I'm not too sure if we drop to 30 cents, we're going to be above the skinny pink line because the skinny pink line is curving up fast. So 30 cents is a possibility, but we have to drop soon. Right? If you look at a weekly, I suspect we're forming a, yes, shooting star. You see this? Not good. So yeah, 30 cents is a possibility though. I don't think so. I think more likely than not, it's 40 cents, I would say. Or sub 40 cents, yeah. Okay, let me just see. Where exactly? Again, it's possible, right? There's a noisy area over here, and we're falling in a very controlled manner. It's a very controlled fall, right? So yeah, we might just clear out these classes of cells before heading higher. So as it stands, yeah, we might clear this cluster of cells. Then we head higher, possibly. So we're looking out for a potential long for ALGO run as well, because ALGO run has a huge potential towards the upside, right? The end target could be $2 though, which is another potential 400%. But let's just wait for the consolidation to appear first. So that is ALGO run for you. Alright, boys and girls, I guess that's it for today's Top 40. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Ta-da!